Hello, my friends! Today we're stepping into a real-life storybook. Germany, land of enchanting castles and timeless legends. Imagine walking ancient bridges, gazing up at spires that pierce the clouds, and wandering grand halls where history was made. These castles aren't just buildings, they're dreams in stone, each with a tale to tell. So, get comfortable, maybe grab a pretzel and let's set off together. Are you ready? Let's go discover some castles. The adventure begins now. First stop, Neuschwanstein Castle, the inspiration for Disney's iconic castle. Perched on a rugged hill in the Bavarian Alps, it's a fantasy come to life. King Ludwig II built it as a romantic escape dedicated to composer Richard Wagner. The white towers and blue turrets look like a dream painted into reality. Inside, every room is a scene from German legend. Grottos, halls, and theatrical details everywhere. It's not just a castle, it's a work of art. A place that makes you believe in fairy tales again. The magic here lingers long after you leave. Neuschwanstein is a reminder that the world's most beautiful places often begin as dreams. You have to see it to believe it. What a way to start our journey. Next, we soar to Hohenzollern Castle, a crown atop the Swabian Alps. This ancestral seat of emperors and kings stands as a powerful symbol of history. The climb reveals breathtaking views. On clear days, you can see for over 100 kilometers. Its Gothic revival towers and ramparts blend fortress strength with palace elegance. Inside, treasures like the Prussian king's crown tell stories of a dynasty that shaped Europe. Standing on the ramparts, you feel both humbled and exhilarated. It's a place where history and landscape connect in spectacular fashion. Hohenzollern is truly a royal masterpiece. What a view! Now to Heidelberg Castle, a magnificent ruin overlooking the Neckar River. Struck by lightning and ravaged by wars, its scars only add to its romantic beauty. Wander open courtyards where the sky is your ceiling and nature reclaims ancient walls. From the terrace, gaze over Heidelberg's old town and the famous bridge. Inside, discover the legendary Heidelberg Tun, a wine barrel fit for a party. This castle is a poem in stone, haunting, beautiful, and unforgettable. Deep in a forest, we find Burg Eltz, a fairy tale fortress untouched for over 850 years. Owned by the same family for 33 generations, it's a living piece of history. Its towers and timbered houses cluster like a medieval village, each branch of the family adding their own touch. The castle feels organic, as if it grew from the rock itself. Step inside to see original kitchens, knights' halls, and a treasury of gold and silver. Burg Eltz isn't a museum. It's a home filled with centuries of life. Surrounded by forest and the sound of a stream, it's a peaceful, hidden gem. Here, the Middle Ages feel alive. It's authentic, charming, and utterly magical. A perfect medieval dream. Wartburg Castle, perched above Eisenach, is a cornerstone of German history. Here, Martin Luther translated the New Testament into German, changing history forever. The castle's rooms echo with stories of saints, minstrels, and reformers. Its architecture spans centuries, from Romanesque to Gothic. Wartburg is more than a castle, it's a living testament to culture and resilience. Standing here, you feel the weight and wonder of history. Welcome to Schwerin Castle, a fairy tale palace on its own island. With golden domes and white towers reflected in the lake, it's pure romance. Surrounded by gardens and water, it's a masterpiece of historicist style. Once home to dukes, now a seat of government, it dazzles inside and out. Lavish rooms, a stunning throne hall, and legends of a friendly ghost Petermannchen add to its charm. Schwerin is elegance, magic, and delight all in one. A castle that truly enchants. Clinging to a cliff in the Swabian Alps, Liechtenstein Castle is a neo-Gothic jewel. Inspired by a novel, it was built as a tribute to medieval romance and adventure. Cross the stone bridge and step into a world of knights, painted ceilings, and historic armor. Its compact size makes every detail shine, while the dizzying views over the Echaz Valley are unforgettable. Liechtenstein is a knight's retreat with a huge personality. It fires the imagination and invites adventure. A tiny castle with a grand spirit. Overlooking the Moselle River, Enchanting Castle is a neo-Gothic fantasy reborn from ruin. Destroyed and rebuilt, it stands as a symbol of resilience and imagination. Its towers and turrets dominate the skyline, offering panoramic views of vineyards and river. Inside, explore rooms filled with Renaissance and Baroque treasures. Enjoy a glass of local Riesling on the terrace, soaking in the scenery. Enchanting Castle is a feast for the senses, a landmark you'll never forget. Pure storybook charm. In Bavaria, Hohenschwangau Castle is where King Ludwig II's dreams began. Nestled between lakes, its warm yellow walls feel inviting and personal. Murals of knights and legends cover the interiors, sparking young Ludwig's imagination. This was his storybook, the prequel to Neuschwanstein. Walking these halls, you sense the boy who would become the fairy tale king. It's an intimate, beautiful chapter in royal history, a must-see for dreamers. On the Rhine, Marksburg Castle stands as the only medieval fortress never destroyed. It's a true time capsule, rugged, imposing, and built for defense. Climb through fortified gates and passages, experiencing authentic medieval life. See the great kitchen, knight's hall, armory, and even a medieval herb garden. Marksburg isn't a fairy tale. It's gritty, real, and fascinating. For history lovers, it's pure gold. Here, the Middle Ages are alive and tangible, a fortress untouched by time. Schloss Drachenberg, perched on Dragon's Rock, is pure fantasy brought to life. Built in the 19th century as a private villa, it's a theatrical blend of towers, stained glass, and legend. The views over the Rhine are breathtaking, and the journey up by Cog Railway is an adventure itself. Inside, lavish rooms and whimsical details abound. Drachenberg is a monument to imagination and the Gilded Age. It's playful, opulent, and utterly enchanting. A dream castle for dreamers. Deep in the Spessart forest, Mespelbrunn Castle rises from a tranquil moat. Modest and half-timbered, it's a peaceful retreat surrounded by nature. Built for a knightly family, it remains a lived-in home, warm and welcoming. Cross the stone bridge and step into beautifully preserved rooms filled with history. The reflection of its facade in the water is picture-perfect. Mespelbrunn is an intimate, hidden gem, a secret worth discovering. Sometimes, the quietest places are the most magical. Near Dresden, Moritzburg Castle dazzles as a Baroque pleasure palace on a lake. With 4 round towers and ochre walls, it's a vision of symmetry and joy. Once a royal hunting lodge, it became the ultimate party palace for Augustus the Strong. Inside, marvel at the feather room. Wall hangings made from thousands of exotic feathers. The castle's fairy tale setting inspired beloved films and celebrations. Moritzburg is all about wonder, fantasy, and delight. A palace that celebrates life. In Aschaffenburg, Schloss Johannisberg stands as a Renaissance giant of red sandstone. Its massive, symmetrical form and 4 towers make a powerful statement. Built for the Prince-Bishops of Mainz, it's a masterpiece of architecture and resilience. Inside, discover art treasures and the world's largest collection of cork architectural models. Restored after wartime damage, it's a symbol of the city's enduring spirit. Johannesburg is grand, quirky, and full of surprises. A true treasure of art and history. Schloss Wiesenstein is a curiosity, built from the top down, growing floor by floor into the rock. Each level is a step through time, from medieval keep to Baroque residence. Its jumble of styles and hidden rooms make it an architectural adventure. Explore chapels, stables, a tiny theatre, and rooms furnished from every era. Surrounded by parkland, it's a puzzle box of history. Wiesenstein may not be famous, but it's endlessly fascinating. The perfect, quirky end to our journey. And just like that, our magical tour of Germany's castles comes to an end. From fairy tale spires to hidden gems, we've walked through history and wonder together. Thank you for joining me. Your curiosity makes these adventures possible. If you felt the magic, consider subscribing and joining our community of explorers. Hold on to that sense of wonder and keep dreaming of your next adventure. The world is full of stories waiting to be discovered. Until next time, keep exploring and never stop believing in a little magic.